again for another live stream. It's been a while since I came here, so I'm excited for what we have to talk about today. I took a great deal of time to really think through on this subject matter that I'm going to be bringing to you. It's going to be a little bit difficult to really process, but I'm sure that if you can stick around, you can find meaning to it. I'm super excited. It's an honor to do this. It's always an honor. And I look forward to meeting a lot of you. Some of you have been connecting with me on Instagram and other social media channels. And so I definitely look forward to meeting all of you and, hearing about how much change you've experienced since you started joining us and listening to the live streams. All of that is amazing. So I'm super grateful, and I hope that we can do something meaningful together. Today I want to talk about something I dubbed love and fear. So there is a relationship that exists between love and fear. There is something, a harmony that exists between love and fear. And if you don't know this, you are going to lose a lot of time and potential because there are people that are in your life that love you too much. And because they love you too much, they won't let you fail. When people love us so much, when people have an emotional attachment to us, to our identity, to everything that we believe in, to what we stand for, to the ability and anything that relates to our potential, scaling, moving forward, success. When people have an emotional attachment to us, they won't let us try. Most of the time. Most of the time, the people that will give you a lot of pushback, the people that will say, don't try, don't do this, don't do that, they love you too much. It's funny because as humans, we have this notion to think that people that tell us that we can't do things and we can't succeed don't wish us well and they don't like us, right? We think that these people are not in support of us and these people are evil. But sometimes the people that love you so much will tell you things to convince you to not try because they don't want to see you fail. And that process of failing is where you actually grow. That process where they say, I'm not really sure about that. I don't know how I feel about that. That's where you grow. Let me give you an example to make this really plain and simple. I used to be a manager of a swim school, and at this swim school, I'd have new parents come in with their kids. So these parents would come with their kids, and their kids would, of course, get into the pool. But sometimes the kids didn't want to go into the pool, especially if they were new to swimming. So they would make a fuss, they'll start crying, and then their parents would look at me like, and the funny thing about that is, if I wasn't able to get them in the pool, at the end of the month, the parents were not going to sign up anymore. Even though it's their responsibility to make sure that their kid gets in the pool, they would blame me for not being able to get their kids in the pool. So I decided that I was not going to listen to the cries of the kids. Instead, I was going to do what I needed to do. I was going to be the bad guy and do the difficult thing. And the difficult thing was looking at the parent and saying, I'll handle it from here. And then picking up the kid as the kid is crying, and I take the kid into the pool area and I say, hey, this kid is crying. I know I'm going to put them in your class. They're a fuss, but I'm going to bring another instructor to help you. I did that over and over several times, and eventually those kids ended up liking swim classes, right? The moral of the story is not the kids liking the swim classes. The moral of the story is those parents couldn't watch their kids cry and say, I'm still going to push you in. Those mothers couldn't watch their sons and daughters say, maybe we should try again another day. I said, no. If you drove 30 minutes to get here, your kid is getting in the pool. And I don't care if you, even if you don't like me for the next 30 minutes or the next hour, but I'm making sure that your kid is getting in the pool and they're going to get some swim lessons today. And I was able to do that because I didn't have an emotional attachment to those kids. Those kids were not my own children, right? And so because I didn't have an emotional attachment to them, it was easy for me to stand from afar and say, this needs to be done. I don't care who's crying. I don't care who's scared. You're getting in the pool. You're getting in the pool regardless of how you feel. And I look around, I look at some of the things I've experienced, and so many people would be far ahead if they just stopped listening to people who haven't done the things that they are trying to do. As you sit on this live stream and you watch me, someone said tough love. Exactly. Someone said tough love. Exactly. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. As you sit on here and watch this live stream, I'm going to say something that is going to mess with your brains a little bit, but sometimes you have to stop listening to your parents. Just for a little bit, for a little season, don't listen to your parents. Because if you come from a family that has played it safe for years, for decades, they've played it safe, they've not been adventurous, they've not tried much, they've just done enough to exist, enough to survive, enough to be comfortable. The kind of information, the kind of value, the kind of confidence that they would give you to go out and try something on your own is not going to be what you need. It won't be what you need. Because and there people can only speak on what they know of. I speak on what I know of. People can only speak on what they know of. So they're giving you counsel, they're giving you advice based on what they know, based on what they've experienced. And so until you decide, you know what, I love these people, I know that they wish me well, but this is not what I need right now. I need a little bit more than this. I need a little bit more than this. Let me make this hit home a little bit, right? You're married. Assuming you're married, right? You're a man, you're married. Your wife is going to work. Having she's having a difficult time at work because there's a coworker or a boss that is making her life difficult for her while she's at work. Think about this. Because you love her so much, your response to that situation is, hey, sweetie, you know what? You should, if you want to stay home or if you don't want to work anymore, that's fine. But that's exactly what she shouldn't hear. Because the world is difficult, and a difficult world is filled with difficult people. And so until she gets to that point where she's able to be okay and create her own happiness, create her own peace while she's at work with difficult people and be okay, she hasn't grown. So because we love people so much, in our best intentions, we don't want to see them struggle. We hate to see them struggle. We hate to see them fail. We don't want them to try because what if they do it and they don't succeed? Then what? Heartbreak. Then what? Right? But imagine that assumption, that negative assumption that we have, that what if they try and they don't succeed? What if that assumption could be positive? What if that character, what if that whole project could be positive? What if they actually did do it and they succeeded at it? What would that look like? And I've said this over and over on my live streams. I've said that every single day when we go out into the real world, we will find more reasons to not do certain things as compared to doing certain things. We're going to find more people that will discourage us than people that will encourage us to try. And it should bother you to just sit at home and not do anything. It should bother you, right? If you wanted to start a business, if you wanted to build something of value, right, as a 20 plus year old, 30 plus year old, 40 plus year old, if you wanted to build something of value, you're not going to ask a 12-year-old how to do that. You're not going to ask a 12-year-old how to start a business, right? Because they don't know what you're trying to do. They don't know. You can't, there's nothing you could possibly learn from such an individual The whole concept is sometimes when people love us, their love overshadows, their love blinds us from seeing that their love is actually a barrier to our growth. I've had to do I've had to do so many difficult things, right? And so someone may be watching this live stream, wherever you're watching this live stream from. I'm not sure, but let me know wherever you're watching this live stream from. It might dawn on you that, I mean, does this guy really know what he's talking about? Absolutely. I've made difficult decisions my whole life. I left the country. I left my home country early, late teenage years. I left everyone and everything behind to start a new journey in a totally different country that I was not aware of. I didn't really know the ins and outs of it, but I let everything go. I just refuse. I've reached a point in my life where I refuse to play it small, and you should as well. You should as well. There's this notion, there's this conversation that goes on in the air that when you're laying on your deathbed, you're going to be worried about the things that you didn't do. You're going to be mad about the things that you didn't do. And are you going to let people love you so much that they're not going to let you grow? I'm not saying do away with these people, but I'm saying you need to have a difficult conversation with them and say, hey, you know what? I know you love me so much. I know you care about me so much, but I need you to just let me be. I need you to just let me try. I need to do this for myself. I need to try and know what it would be like to be on the other side. I just need to know what that would look like. I need to try. I know you love me too much, but let me go and fail. I know the odds are stacked against me and it looks crazy. It sounds insane. The odds are not in my favor, but I still have to take the shot. There are two birds. I have one stone. I have to try. I would never know if I don't try. And let me even say something totally even different from what I'm even saying. Sometimes people love us so much to the point that they're scared of our growth. Because when we grow and we outgrow certain things, they're afraid that we're going to leave them behind. So part of the whole love and fear equation is that sometimes people are insecure and they're worried that if this friend of theirs grows and expands and the business is doing well and they grow as an individual, they will no longer value this relationship that they have and they will move on. So sometimes people love you so much that your love is just intended to keep you small. You're never going to outgrow because you're going to be in the same circle. You're going to be in the same environment where when things are difficult, it's like, oh, life is difficult. And they make all these excuses and they will never push you to dare and go beyond what you already know. And you can only speak on what you know of. You can only achieve based on what you know. Knowledge is power. The more knowledgeable you are, the more likely you are to be fruitful and successful in whatever it is that you're looking for. Success is subjective, right? Success is subjective. So as long as you're knowledgeable in whatever field you're interested in, you're going to do well in that field. But it's so crazy. I see that dynamic with relationships. I was having a conversation with a lady yesterday, and she was telling me about, the dynamics in her relationship between her and her boyfriend. And it was so toxic. I said, you need to let this person go because they're holding on to you. They're keeping you hostage. They're keeping you hostage. I can't even explain. I can't even talk about some of the things that I deal with in my conversations, in my client conversations. Now, I'm not going to speak on that, but there's this whole notion that love is protection, and sometimes love is not protection. Sometimes love is a recipe for never achieving anything in this lifetime. It is a recipe that when you continue to listen to the voices of people that will not push positive assumptions, ideals, belief systems, and you just listen to the negative, you will never expand beyond what you already know. And I can say this with so much conviction because I left people behind. I left family behind. I'll make this so relatable to you. I was at the airport, tears in my eyes, looking back. Everybody was just standing there waving. And for a split second, maybe not a split second, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes, the voices in my head said, you know what, just go back home. Just go back home. You don't have to do this. Just go back home. Just go back home. Just like the fear of uncertainty, the fear of not knowing what was on the other side was so strong. The fear of the fear of the unknown exists. It's a real thing, right? And in that moment, I came face to face with it because it was so strong on me. I was thinking, man, I had worked so much to get to that point, and the fear was so strong. I wanted to go back home. I wanted to go back home, and that's not me. And so in that moment, I had to make a difficult decision. The future was unknown. I didn't know what the future held, but I said, I will not go back. I'm going to go forward. Even if it's difficult, I'll still do it. And until an individual gets to that point, everything is going to remain the same. And it doesn't have to be just about your career or, your faith or whatever it is. Sometimes it's your relationships. Sometimes you love people so much, they're doing you evil, they're doing you wrong, and you just have to cut the cord off. You have to say, you know what? I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. I can't keep holding on to you. These are difficult conversations, difficult decisions. Will you let so much love stop you from getting to where you need to be? No. No, you're made for more. You're made for more. Any voice that is not pushing you to believe in yourself, to dare, to try, to attempt something new is not a good voice. Everything in life involves some kind of sacrifice. Every next level involves some kind of sacrifice. Anything that you want to do on a bigger scale involves some kind of sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice something. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He didn't love the world so much, or he didn't love his son so much that he withheld his son from us. He loved him so much that he gave. He gave his son away. He said, go and be a blessing to these people because they need you. Right? And so if you're a parent watching this, right, if you're an adult, you have some kids and you're watching this live stream, my message to you is don't love your kids to the point that you're not going to let them fail. You have to let them try. It's okay that they didn't make first team on the basketball team. It's okay. It's okay that they didn't get selected. It's okay that they were training and they were watching their diet and the race came and they didn't qualify. It's okay. It is completely fine. They don't need a participation trophy. They don't need that. Let them fail. Let them know it's okay to try and hope that life goes the way you want it to, but then it won't go the way you want it to sometimes. And I saw this when I was, this is something that is so relatable to me because when I was a manager, I saw this. Mothers loved their sons too much. They wouldn't let their sons get in the water, but you paid for the service. You paid for the service. You get to come here once a week. This is your third time coming this week. The kid is crying and you still won't let the kid get in the pool. What are you doing? You're wasting money. What are you doing? Do you love the kid so much that you're not going to let the kid try? Let him get in. Let him get in. And I said, no. I had to be the hard person. I had to be the difficult person and say, you paid for this service. I'm the manager. I'm in charge. I'm putting your kid in the water. I don't care how you feel about that. And now you need to have those conversations with certain people in your life and say, I'm going to do this thing regardless of what you have to say. I don't care what it's going to cost. It has to be done. Because I already know what my life is like right now. I need to know what's on the other side. What's on the other side of trying. When I put all this lovey-dovey stuff aside, I want to know what my life looks like when I don't listen to so much love and care and, oh no, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard. No. Anything that is good is going to be difficult. Anything that is great is going to be hard. Nothing good comes easy. So let me go try. Let me fail. Let me go to the store. Let me be disappointed with the outcome. Let life trouble me. I need my faith to be tested. I need my spirit to grow. Yeah. So I can outlast the battles that come my way. But if I play life on easy mode and I just do things that are soft and convenient my whole life, I will never grow. I will never grow. I will never grow. I will never grow. This is the season that you do difficult things. This is the season where you hear words of comfort, words that say play it safe, words that say take your time, take it easy, and you say no. I've been comfortable, I've taken things easy, and this is the time that I do difficult things. This is the time where I turn my back on everything that says comfort. I turn my back on everything that says avoid the hard stuff, avoid the difficult stuff, avoid the difficult conversations, avoid the difficult projects. And I go toe to toe, band for band with life. And I win. Non-negotiable. I'm sitting on this table and I'm coming to terms with life and I'm saying I am going to do the difficult things that I am being told I shouldn't do. And you have to give me the results I want when this is over. You can do this. I did this. I've done this. I continue to do this every day, and I'm still doing this. I'm going to do this in the future. And I'm telling you, I can only speak on what I know of, and I won't tell you anything that I wouldn't do. So if I sit here with this much conviction and strength and authority, then you know that the words that I'm saying are true, and you should go do the same thing. So it's been a pleasure. I love you guys very much. This live recording will be available in a couple of minutes, so you can go back and watch it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and you do that. I don't know why you guys want me to keep telling you that. You guys come here, you watch the live streams, you enjoy, but you won't subscribe to the channel. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Those of you that would want to speak with me personally, one-on-ones, I dropped my link over there. That's my Calendly link, so you can go ahead, you can schedule to talk with me. You can book a slot, 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is that you want to do. So you schedule over there, I'll see it, and then we'll get to have a conversation. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, whatever it is that you need some clarity on, this is a discovery call, so I'm not charging you for that. And let's go ahead, let's build something. Let's go ahead, let's create. Okay, this is the season of life where we create. This is the season of life where we do difficult things. So I charge you today. I am confident in you. I'm confident in your abilities. As a matter of fact, you are knowledgeable. You're grown. Anything that I say today, you already know. It's just a matter of getting this reminder and going to do this thing that I just told you to do. So don't delay. Don't delay. Take this message and go act right now. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you guys on my next live stream. I don't know when that will be, but I'll be here again. All right? Take care.